Dog Nation, Jackson, Janet's greetings and welcome to your Daily Dose of Donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey. I guess we'll still call it Steelers Talk here as we got a game to talk about, some changes to talk about, and a new direction for the Steelers. Gingy, this game against the Texans, the more things change, the more they stay the same. The Steelers still not able to produce anything that resembles points in a playoff game, and of course, they leave with a, 30-6 loss, and
That's right.
a couple days later without a head coach. Gingy, whew, change is coming. Is it good? Is it bad? Who knows? Gingy, lead the way.
Mutant Gingy, end of an era, and boy, oh boy, what a crusher on Monday night. Steelers getting shellacked, basically in the fourth quarter by the Texans, right? Very, very staunch defensive 6-7 game through three quarters, and as is average with both the Texans and I believe the Steelers, Texans performed very well traditionally, I believe, in the fourth quarter. Steelers, I'm not certain do.
The Steelers were in minus 65-point differential in the fourth quarter this year coming into the game.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And, that really showed. That really showed. As you mentioned, the coaching change coming up in Pittsburgh, end of an era, new chapter. Lasker's change is coming.
I'm ready for the change, and it was 7-6 going into the fourth quarter, and then the floor fell out. I'm not really sure what happened in the fourth quarter of this game.
Mike Tomlin at his finest happened.
Yeah. Hey, I've been calling for his firing for the last, as long as I've been on the podcast. So, 3-4 years. I don't remember how long I've been on the podcast. And it's an end of an era. It's been a good era. Congrats to Tomlin on his, 19 seasons of not losing. But, we've had 7 consecutive playoff runs where we can't even win a game.
Tied a record, NFL record, for most losses by a coach in a row, playoff-wise. Kind of surreal when you think about it.
He didn't want to beat it. That's where I'm at with him.
Had to keep Marvin Lewis in the conversation. Had to make sure the Bungles knew that we're only as bad as you. We're not worse than you, right? Gingy, is that what we're taking out of this?
I don't know, Donkey. What I'm taking is I saw competitive football through three quarters. I don't think that the Steelers had enough gas at the end. That offense was abysmal. I think the defense played a good game, to be honest with you.
I think the defense played a good game, too.
They did their job. They were +3 on turnover margin at halftime. We were talking last week, recipe for success. That was exactly what I was talking about. Cash or trash +2. I was seeing something where, okay, the DK drop felt so significant. I made a note of this to talk about this,
want
Donkey.
Pickens,
because
we
oh my
want
goodness,
Pickens,
that was the only spark of life that I saw from that offense. I think there was a first down prior to that. It felt like that would have been a big play that would have put us on the other side of the field with more points, possibly to take a 9-6 lead. I could see this. I could have saw this game playing out like with a 15-9 type of thing, right? With a Boswell victory. That would have been the Steelers' recipe for victory, but man, they let it slip away. We started turning the ball over. When that turnover margin started going the other way, you knew it was coming.
Some crazy things in there. Gingy, I honestly have to ask, what the hell is with Jonnu Smith getting more snaps than like Pat Freiermuth, getting more targets than Pat Freiermuth? One of these dudes has been explosive and actually has looked pretty good the last 3 weeks, but the Steelers want to get the ball to Jonnu Smith. We want to keep throwing these damn screen passes for -2 yards, which have we thrown one that went for positive yards in the last month? It just feels like offensively this team is predictable, dumb, and sucks. Like, DK drops the ball, the game's over because we're not going to take another shot down the field till it's too late. You already know that's going to be the case. It's just like You have to play perfect football in Mike Tomlin's scheme in order to have a chance, Gingy. And then you pay players who have shown ability to produce, and you just don't freaking use them. Like I don't get it. I do not understand what this team's philosophy has been under Mike Tomlin on offense in what, 6 years?
7.
And it looked like that with Johnny Smith. To me, honestly, Johnny Smith was probably the biggest disappointment of this season. I had
TJ
high
Watt,
hopes
without a doubt.
and spoke
TJ Watt,
highly.
without a doubt.
I definitely don't disagree with Donkey on that one.
I had high hopes that for an offensive producer on the other side with Freiermuth, double tight end sets, maybe we teach Freiermuth how to block. Maybe we can come out of that set with a little bit of deception. You know what I'm saying? And not automatically have the other defense know what we're doing based on our personnel every time.
I hear you on that, but the Freiermuth blocking thing kind of made me chuckle.
I know, but and I really think that Dwayne Washington's absence was a massive piece of that offense. Once they started to unlock and utilize him and realize that he was just a human wrecking ball and could actually catch the football, which if you saw him in college, you knew that he could. Yeah, that was a big piece of the offense that I think we were missing at the end of the season.
We can talk about the offense. We can talk about the defense. But Laskers, playoffs are the situations where your best players need to make the plays that change the game. And, Cam played fine. But Houston, who couldn't run the ball all year, runs it for over 5 yards a carry against the Steelers. So Cam didn't play good. And, dude, $40 million for whatever the hell TJ Watt did out there. He was literally the worst player on that defense. Like, the team was objectively better with Jack Sawyer in than it was with TJ Watt. How the hell does that happen?
I honestly, I can't defend TJ on this. I mean, he needs to do better. We're paying you a lot of money. Okay, maybe you're still hurt.
It don't matter. You're on the field. You got to produce.
Like, you got to produce. I don't disagree with what both you're saying. You have to produce. You could be hurt. Don't be on the field.
Exactly, dude. If you're gonna hurt this team, just don't be out there. Let Sawyer get all the damn snaps. My God, Gingy, what do you have to say about that one? Because
I agree. What did we talk about in Nonsensical Donkey? Check the tape. What did I say about TJ Watt? What I would consider success in terms of production?
probably at least a sack is my guess of what you said.
I said that we needed an average to above average regular season and a dominating playoff game-changing performance.
Right, which
That's
is
what
where
that
he
money
has
should have
never
bought us.
shown up. He has never shown up in the playoffs.
Exactly. Unfortunately so. He seems to have a hard time getting through a whole season. I think it must be around the effort that he produces on each individual play, but yes, that it was not what we needed for that type of compensation in terms of production, just straight numbers wise.
The way I guess I'll just give a quick take on my view of the game and then beyond, because I didn't do a bug cap this week because me and Bug didn't have anything to talk about, because this was literally the game. The defense played pretty good, forced some turnovers. Joey Porter Jr., by the way, deserves to be paid. That man showed me something these last 3 weeks when we allowed him to finally play press coverage. I'm not too proud to say Joey Porter Jr. showed me something. Y'all need to pay that man because he looks like he could be a good corner if you play aggressive defense and let him actually play man on man. But outside of Joey Porter Jr., man, I mean, even the interception was a bad throw by Stroud that Eccles made up for, but Eccles getting burned all day by Christian Kirk. Absolutely embarrassing. The defense letting the Texans run and dictate the field position, embarrassing. And then offensively, Aaron just doesn't have the magic anymore, man. He makes 1 or 2 throws a game, and in this case, he made one, and the wide receiver dropped it. Game over right then, right there. Couldn't stop the run, couldn't make the magic plays. No dominance on the offensive line. Hell, I think at one point I saw Troy Fontanu literally spinning in a circle as Danielle Hunter is smacking Aaron Rodgers. I think that sums up the Steelers in the playoffs perfectly for me. Was Troy Fontanu, a first-round draft pick, spinning in a circle as Aaron Rodgers gets killed by the guy he's supposed to block, Gingy.
That's a heck of a Texans defense, right? If you look at the other teams in the playoffs, pretty
Right,
much
but spinning in a
all other
circle?
offenses. No, just hear me out. Pretty much all other offenses in the playoffs right now, everywhere. Texans are there on the defense, clearly, and it's a dang good one. Props to them. But they really made that Pittsburgh offense live in their fears.
But we don't live in our fears. Well, maybe we won't now. But Laskers, we don't live in our fears.
Yeah, I'm not believing that one at all. I mean, hopefully, come 2026, we won't be living our fears. You know, I guess we are in 2026, but hopefully, our fears.
I'm
are
living
over.
in my fears till we pick a new one.
Yeah, no, I'm not really. It's going to be interesting to see what we pick.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think we need to pick an offensive-minded coach.
Be great.
Our defense is good. I will give defense a lot of credit. With all the turnovers that they made, we should have got some more points. I mean, it was embarrassing. The fact that we got so close.
Get the ball at the 21-yard line.
And we can't even score.
Get the ball at the 21-yard line, run 6 plays for 4 yards, and kick a field goal. That's the Steelers under Mike Tomlin in a nutshell.
Oof.
It happened again. It's just what it is. I mean, I got nothing against Mike. He won us a Super Bowl. I think he's one of the worst head coaches ever in the history of picking coordinators. I think he plays specifically to win regular season football games and never cared about the playoffs after he won that first Super Bowl. I just feel like there is a lot that is left on the table, and I feel like this call was a little late to make. But before we get to talking about the coaches, and yes, I respect Mike Tomlin.
Can I
think
chime
he's a good
in
coach.
before we do that, too?
Well, I'm saying, before we get to coaches, do you guys have any final thoughts on just the football game that we saw out there on Monday night, ending our streak?
I got to chime in on Tomlin, but I'll let Gingy go first.
I love you, Boswell. Keep it rolling. That's all I have to say. Okay, Donkey, talk about still clutch. Okay, don't speak ill on this man no more.
I can't say anyone on the Steelers team is clutch, because when has anyone on the Steelers team won a game that mattered?
Don't speak ill on this man no more.
For what? For making 2 field goals in a playoff game? Congratulations. Like, win something.
Points I saw, Donkey. It's the only points I saw. Yeah, I appreciate them.
Hold on, just because something's the least sucky of sucky doesn't make it clutch or good. Is what I'll stop. And the fact that that's what Steeler fans have come to now is, hey, in this blowout, at least someone performed, shows you how freaking far this organization has fallen.
Oh, that's hurtful. It's too soon, Donkey. Just let me.
Too soon. I've been in this state of freaking mind
for nonsensical.
9 damn years, Gingy.
This is for nonsensical. No. I'm not going to let you do this. Don't do this, Donkey. Let it simmer.
It's done. It happened. Simmer. Nothing's simmering. And thank God Mike Tomlin had the balls to pull the end of this experiment, because from all accounts, Art Rooney wanted him to come back. So thank you, Mike Tomlin, for realizing the time is definitely now. It was prior, in my opinion, but it definitely shouldn't have lasted past now. Thank you, Mike, and I'm really going to appreciate that first or second round pick that you get us next year when we trade you to some desperate team. I appreciate all you've done. I do appreciate what you brought to Pittsburgh. I just wish it could have ended with something other than 9
first round loss,
8 straight playoff blowouts, or whatever the hell we're on now. 9 straight years looking embarrassingly mediocre.
True that.
Out here looking like our upside's the damn Cincinnati Bengals under Marvin Lewis. My
God. Please.
All right, let me chime in now. What, Donkey? You don't like the 70 straight games that we haven't scored 7 or more points in the first quarter?
Dude,
But
the best, Laskers, the best part about your stat is the day that happened was a defensive touchdown. The last time we did it was a defensive touchdown in the first quarter.
So it's 73-0 points, based on our terrible record. But that's not even really what I want to talk about. It's that the Cowgirls want Tomlin, and Tomlin fired back and said, I want full control of this team. I want to be the defensive guy and the offensive guy. Now, I don't really know if he said the offensive guy, but he definitely said the defensive guy.
Please send him to Dallas. That would make my
heart so
smile.
Much fun.
Him and George Pickens reunited.
And I wish no ill will for Tomlin.
Me neither. Dude's won a Super Bowl for my team. No hate.
No, you need to write off.
I don't have any hate for Tomlin.
Just another chapter.
But I'm just chuckling in the back of my head. That's where I'm at. And I wanted to bring that up because that was a thing that was shown today from Tomlin. Hey, best of luck for you, buddy.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, new era here going. Let's talk a little bit about what we would like to see in a future head coach. I mean, the Steelers have a bunch of interviews lined up, and there's some names in there that, I'm not going to lie, dude, they just make me think Mike Tomlin 2.0. Not that that's terrible. Maybe these will be Mike Tomlins who can hire a competent offensive coordinator. I don't know. Maybe Arthur Smith will go to Detroit. The Steelers giving all their coaches the permission to go seek jobs everywhere. I'm going to be honest with you. Unless you're whoever the hell it was the secondary coach this year, good riddance. Or the outside linebackers coach, man. Because Jack Sawyer and Nick Herbig have beyond surpassed my expectations, and Alex Highsmith, really good. So outside linebackers coach and defensive backs coach, the only two that I'm even interested in possibly retaining, maybe running backs, actually, I should be nice here. Maybe the running backs coach.
Running backs coach, definitely.
Gainwell surprised the hell out of me. But when we're going to talk Steelers here, we're talking a team that maybe the roster's not inviting, right? Because we're an old team, really high-paid defense, no real threats on offense when you think about it. We're not an attractive team from that circumstance, but the fact is the Steelers don't get rid of coaches, so maybe that's the attractive part, right? And maybe you can get a little more say in personnel and talk your way into it. But when you guys are here and you're talking, maybe you get the fear I do that we're going to get Brian Flores, who is like a 9-8 coach with Miami, right? He's going to come and be the perfect Tomlin replacement. Non-losing seasons, but not really football that scares you. And a guy who doesn't like to give in to quarterbacks, at least that's what the MO tended to be, because the idea was him and Tua really butted heads about how an offense should be run. So Brian Flores seems like the perfect replacement for Mike Tomlin. Defensive mind, a little more towards modern defense, which Mike was at the time of hiring him. Young enough he can be here for a long time. And, could be there for a long time. There's a lot of other young names in there. But I wanted to put Flores out there because I just want to let everyone know that that's who I think is going to get hired, because he reminds me exactly of Mike Tomlin, and that's what Rooney likes. Just want to put it out there. But personally, I want to see a young coach who specifically is known for creating passing schemes that get receivers open. Because my God, watching this antidated routes that don't work off each other garbage is getting old, and I'd like to see a passing game that is modern. Gingy, what are you feeling of how you'd like the new coach to be, where you'd like to see it go? And if you have a name, say it. If you don't, just be like, I want someone who fits this mold.
Offense.
Okay. Is that your whole criteria?
That's
just offense. Just as long as it's offense.
All you're getting today.
Do you want a McVay tree guy? Do you want a Shanahan tree guy? Do you not care as long as he's an offensive tree guy?
No, I'd prefer a Shanahan guy. But you know what, Donkey? I'm looking for longevity. Somebody who can work within. I mean, the job is great. The team is not. I'm not certain that a traditional Steelers model is the way to go here. I was talking a little bit before the show. We might need a bridge over a rebuild, because during a rebuild, this can get pretty ugly, right? And in today's modern internet fantasy football world, are we really going to tolerate 5 years of like 4-12?
I've always, Gingy, you've heard me talk about this so many times. The criteria is you get a 4-year window, right? You have your first 2 years are the blow the team up, regain the talent through the draft and free agency. Year 3 is the year you should start moving towards being competitive. Year 4, you should be winning the playoff game. We've talked about this a million times. Right there's my mindset of how this should go. These next 2 years should suck. We should embrace the suck, and we should find a coach who's willing to have a quarterback competition between Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, and your pick of cast-offs. If you like Malik Willis, fine. If you like Will Levis, fine. If you like Trey Lance, fine. Any of the cast-offs who are young enough that if they work out, you can keep, right? We need a coach that's willing to embrace that suckitude. No, he gets too much money is the problem with Tua. He's getting paid. You can't be a quarterback who's getting paid. Because then you screw your rebuild if you already pay the quarterback, because your roster is not going to be able to have the cap carryover, and you're not going to be able to sign those secondary pieces we need.
Have
which is
to
clearly
draft a quarterback
this year.
The highest paid position. No, not this year. I'm just saying overall, when you're developing this new team, quarterback should come through the draft. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay just a massive price tag for one.
Minnesota got the cheap year of Darnold, right? Minnesota got the cheap year of Darnold. Hey, you want to know something that's fun? Mac Jones just did the Sam Darnold treatment. Maybe Mac Jones is the name we should talk about bringing here. Former Pro Bowl quarterback, former first-round draft pick, sat under Kyle Shanahan, just like, sit under Shanahan, sit under McVay. That seems to be the recipe for success, Gingy. Maybe that's a name of interest we could talk about. But let's keep it on the coaching trend here. Laskers, it's your turn. Lay down what you're looking for, if there's a guy you're looking for, or a system that you're looking for.
I don't disagree with Gingy. I think we need to go offensive. We need a change. 100%. I've always been a defense wins championships guy, but I think you need an offensive-minded head coach.
But then Laskers watched Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes dominate the last 20 years.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with that statement at all. You need an offensive-minded coach that can hire a good defensive coordinator, because we have a good defense. They just need some help. They need to be,
They need their $40 million player to play like one.
Yeah, that's for certain. Yeah, but they need some help. We have a good defense. It just needs some help.
Okay, question 2. I'm going to put it to you guys. Do you want Ron back?
Absolutely
nah.
not.
He won't come back without his buddy.
I didn't want Ron to begin with.
I did. I thought it'd be entertaining. Unfortunately, the team was actually mediocrely good, so it didn't get entertaining until after the last game. Lame. But neither here nor there. Any other thoughts you guys want to say about the... Hold on. I want to take your view on this, because we talked about what we wanted, right? Let's talk about what's going to happen. Gingy, what do the Steelers hire as their next head coach?
Defensive-minded.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep. I think that's the scary
question.
part, is I think we're all on the same thought here. And maybe we get one who can actually, find an offensive coordinator who works well with them. Because it's the dude up in Seattle, he was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, right? I believe that's what he was before he got there.
I think so.
So it is possible for these guys to go and hire an offensive coordinator who's worth a damn with them and make it work out. But man, I don't know. Watching every year, 2 specific names always come up and win. I just want someone who was under that tutelage, right? I want a guy from Kyle Shanahan's system. I want a guy from Sean McVay's system. Gingy, why is that too much to ask for?
I don't know anymore, Donkey. We'll have to wait and see how it all pans out.
That's fair. Laskers, I want to go with this. Go.
Did anyone see that Mike McDaniels is like the Ravens really want him?
Dude, he can't lead a locker room. Please let that attitude and Lamar Jackson get together. Please.
Or Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry has an attitude too.
Like, that dude just run off enough players that I think he's a great coach. I think he's a great offensive coordinator. I don't think he's the type of guy that can get a locker room of 50 men to follow him. I think that's his biggest problem. And I guess maybe if he went through and hired some big coordinators. So it's the end of the year. I want to take this fresh off your mind, not give you time to think, make you just say a name right now. The most disappointing Pittsburgh Steeler this season for Laskers was
TJ Watt.
For Gingy was
Johnny Smith.
And for Donkey is TJ Watt. So TJ gets to win the early award. I don't think you're too off, Gingy, but he's a backup tight end that we tried to run at running back. Is that really his fault? If I was going to name a tight end, Gingy, Firemouth has to be my most disappointing, right? We just paid that dude big money, and I don't think it was even his fault. But, dude, he got paid that much money and then just never got used. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it didn't fit into Arthur Smith's scheme, I guess.
We already knew Arthur Smith was there. Why the hell did we pay? Well, let me rephrase. Anyone who had any kind of brain cells knew Arthur Smith was going to be the next coordinator. Why the hell did we pay Firemouth then? Like, dude, I don't. Oh, that one kills me, man. But naming a tight end's not a bad thing to say. Your most impressive Pittsburgh Steelers, Gingy. Steeler.
Most impressive?
Yes, like the biggest surprise. You're most impressed with. I guess is the way I should have phrased it.
Joey Porter Jr.
Those last 3 weeks, Gingy, that dude was legit. He was allowed to be handsy in press coverage, and he looked great, Gingy. I love it. Tell me why, Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, yes, he gets handsy, he gets penalties, but...
Put him inside 5 yards, it's legal. Oh, let's go.
Yeah, coach him up right, use that to his advantage, and he's a guy who can change the way an offense is going to have to play you.
Nico Collins did nothing. He doesn't get to live run free in my head. Thank God, Laskers. Take that to your X Factor. And your most impressive Steeler is?
I'm going to go Gainwell, but Porter Jr. is definitely a close second.
Without a doubt, Laskers stole. Without a doubt, Laskers, I'm on the same board with you. Gainwell, without a doubt. I didn't think he'd have that speed or that explosive ability. Now, as a running back, he leaves a little bit to be desired, but as a dude catching a ball out of the backfield last year.
Yeah, no, he was amazing.
Chef's kiss. But give me your reasons for Gainwell.
It was definitely catching the ball out of the backfield. He wasn't a great running back. He did good enough. But catching that ball out of the backfield, holy cow.
Down the sideline, what game was that? Was it the Detroit game down the sideline and then flipping back into the end zone? Yep. Oh, man. That catch was
probably the best play of the season.
For sure, that's where we're going, and I said that right there because that is my Steelers play of the season.
That would be mine, too.
Without a doubt, rent-free in my head, man. That was something. I am so happy to be wrong about Gainwell. I hope they re-sign him. You all know I didn't like the signing in the offseason, and I'm happy to say I was wrong about it. That dude showed something that not very many Steelers did show. Now, for the final question before we talk about the other playoff games and have a little fun with it. Was this season a success? Not a success? Somewhere in the middle for you, Laskers.
Not a success. It's been the same for the last 7 years.
Fair. Gingy?
Not a success. We wanted, if it was a success, we probably would have retained Mike Tomlin.
You need to win a playoff game.
You all are going to absolutely hate me, but this season was the biggest success we've had in the last 10 years. And hear me out. This was the final season. Game. No, this is the season that finally broke Mike Tomlin. and change needed to happen. This season was a success because this season led to change. That is the only reason.
I'm actually good with that. I'm good with that.
I have nothing else to say, but this season to me was a success because it led to the change. I'm not going to say it led to the change that needed to happen. It started the change that should have happened, right? Because who knows where the Steelers go, what direction they go. But to me, that was the big thing. Other playoff games out there, every playoff game pretty much competitive, except New England kind of hold the Chargers. I mean, they didn't let them move the ball at all. That offensive line for the Chargers, playing with a bunch of backups, could not withstand anything. Gingy, the Philly game, Lane Johnson not playing might have been the biggest deal breaker, as that offense just seemed out of touch. A.J. Brown couldn't catch the football, and we get the Niners, right? Is who they're playing. The Niners advancing in that game. Yeah. We get Carolina and the Rams just saying, hold my beer, let's score some points, and the Rams get the ball. The last score, the one that matters, that game was, I don't know if you two watched that, but that game was fun, man. Just points everywhere. Who else did we have playing out there? There was another close game because every game was a close game, but I'm missing. Oh, the Bears! The Bears winning the trifecta, Pete, against the Packers with a fourth quarter that was ridiculous. Once again, that Chicago team just seems to have this fourth quarter 9-life syndrome. They think they're kitty cats. They don't realize they're bears. My goodness gracious. AFC wise, we have Laskers. I know you live near that team, that's why I'm going to say it to you. I told you, man, I don't trust Sunshine, and Josh Allen has just learned how to win football games. That's what that game was. Another great football game, by the way, back and forth.
Yeah, no, that was a great football game.
That's what football is now, and if you don't like that, I'm sorry. You did get to see a couple defensive dominations in the AFC, New England and Houston, but almost every other game on Wildcard Weekend was that back and forth. Let's see how many times we can touch the football in the fourth quarter. It was a pretty fun weekend, Gingy.
Yeah, there were a lot of close football games. Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that. Bills pulled it out.
Laskers, any of those games you want to touch on that you saw something you're like, damn?
No, really not. I mean, the Bears-Packers game, holy cow, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
Crazy game.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, no, that was a good game.
It's
and I will say the Bills-Jaguars game was a good game.
No team should ever play for field goals or needing extra points anymore because, my God, kickers have become unreliable. This extra points missed everywhere, field goals missed everywhere. I'm just, what happened to kickers being automatic from like 60? Also, did anyone want to see Jacksonville get in a chance where Little had a chance to kick a 72-yarder to tie that game against Buffalo? Like, was anybody else hoping for that?
Definitely.
I really wanted to see that dude try to give a frickin' smack from 70 yards to tie a game in the playoffs. Oh, that would have been great. Now, last question before we talk about this weekend's game. Is Aaron Rodgers going to become the first person ever to retire with their last pass being a pick six?
I hope so. It's a great stat to end your career on.
Gingy, you think it's done for him?
We shall see. I think it is, but I don't know.
You don't think Minnesota wants to give him a run?
I don't think they do.
Give him the Brett Favre treatment? Come on, man. It has to end like that. Jets and Vikings for the last two. Also, side note of my how dare you mess up this back. Jordan Love just ruined everything about football numbers, and I'm very mad at him. Because I believe it was both Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl the year they turned 26, and Jordan Love did that this year, and he ruined it. He frickin' ruined it. I'm very upset at this. The numbers person in me cannot get over how angry I am at Jordan Love for that, Laskers.
Yeah, well, the Packers team's not that good right now.
I don't know. I watched the game. They played pretty good. Let's get to this week. Let's start on Saturday. Let's start. Bills going to the Broncos, Gingy. Do you like the horsies or the big ass cows?
Big cows. Give me Buffalo.
Yeah,
upsetting the number 1 seed.
Dude, I'm still stoked at how well Bo Nix has worked out with Sean Payton because I thought that'd be a match made in heaven. But Laskers, there's something about this Josh Allen I can't pick against, so I got the Bills. Who'd you like?
Give me the Bills, and I do think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Bills are going to figure out how to win a Mile High. That was really bad. That was really bad. And, I think it's going to be a close game. I could be wrong. It could be a freaking blowout by the Bills because the Broncos have been off for a week.
We have the Seahawks and the Niners, and I believe these two split the season series 1-1. Sam Darnold's questionable. Dude, I like the Seahawks in front of the 12s, Laskers.
Questionable, Sam Darnold. Give me the 49ers.
Gingy.
Niners.
Too many injuries on that Niners team, man. They lost Kittle last week. I can't see them making it work without Kittle there. I think the biggest reason why they got what they got last week was you're not able to change your game plan instantly, and that game plan was probably designed to stop Kittle. So once Kittle was gone, it kind of opened up things. Sometimes an injury in a game can help a team. I don't know. We'll see. I've been wrong every time I picked against you two, so that's really bad news for the Seahawks. We got the Texans going to the Patriots. I didn't trust Drake May in his first playoff game. I'm going to tell you something. With a playoff win under his belt, I trust Drake May. I think they beat the Texans. Gingy?
Give me the Patriots.
Laskers?
I don't trust either team, but give me the Patriots because they're the home team.
And then we got Donkey's dark horse from when they hired the coach the Steelers should have hired, Ben Johnson and the Bears hosting the Rams. And man, the finger mystery of Matthew Stafford. Apparently it's not hurt, but it is hurt, but it's not hurt, right? I got to be honest. I'm going to pick the Bears till they show me otherwise, Gingy.
Give me the Rams.
Okay, I'm going with you. Go Bears.
Oh, Bears.
Oh, Bears.
Oh, Bears. Their goddamn fourth quarter magic. Goddamn voodoo magic going on over there. That wraps it up for us here. Do you guys have a shout out you'd like to give before, we sign off on divisional round playoff week?
I do.
Yo, Laskers.
Mike Tomlin, I've been calling for your head for the last 5 years, but thank you for all those seasons that you got us winning seasons. I'm okay with that, but you still need to win a few playoff games. So I will thank you, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, Gingy.
Not usually after a loss, but obviously, like Laskers, Mike Tomlin, Coach T, for being the head coach of the Steelers for the majority of my adult life, since I was a sophomore in college, I believe. So, shout out to an era. We've been through a couple of them with him, right? The Ben era and the Killer Bees and the Troy Polamalu and the 08 defense days. Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean there's been a couple generations of Steelers greats that have come and gone with him. Shout out Coach T.
That's where my shout out's going to be, and I'm going to put in a two-piecer because I have a feeling it might be the end of these two too, so I want to get out ahead of it so I don't forget when they call it, if they call it. But it's going to be shout out to Mike Tomlin. You know what? Shout out to A.A. Ron for the season he gave us was better than I had expected, but not quite where it needed to be. But being an old man behind that offensive line, kudos to you. And of course, I got to give a shout out for this season for a 36-year-old who I was calling out and absolutely, well, he didn't get to the quarterback very often. Absolutely played stellar. That's big Cam Hayward. And he got to throw his brother into the end zone on a brotherly shove once. That was a kind of cool little thing to see during the season. But now, I'll let you know. This is the end of Steelers talk. But I am the Viking Donkey. That's Viking_Donkey on Twitch and Twitter. Your daily dose of donkey with Ginger is a channel where you'll get to hear Steelers talk again next year. But this is the end of it for the 2025-2026 season. We won't be nonsensical yet. We'll just be more NFL talk, casual talk for a couple weeks till we get past the Super Bowl. Then things go off the rails. It gets nonsensical. Laskers isn't normally here, but he'll let you know.
I'm Oscars everywhere, and if you can't find me, well, that's too bad for you. Gingy to you.
Mutant Gingy in the house. We hanging out. We chilling. We watching football. Shout out to the Steelers season. Time to put the towels away, folks.
Oh, wait, before we leave, Gingy. Indiana, IU or the U for the college championship?
How about it?
Who'd you want? You got to pick one. IU or the U, Gingy. We're going to put you on the spot.
IU.
Oh, it's the U, Laskers. Come on, who'd you got?
IU.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Miami, you're screwed. All right, Gingy, send us off.
Jackson Jennings, wave him if you got him one last time. Here we go, Steelers.